is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. So today, man, I'm doing Jam Baxter like I promised on Monday. I apologize, got called into work. And I was there all day, super busy day, lots of stuff going on. So wasn't able to do what I wanted to do, but today I'm on this Jam Baxter track. It's called For a Limited Time Only. Highly recommended. Man, you all know how I feel about Jam. The guy is a genius in terms of how he writes lyrics, and you can look at it in so many different ways, unpack it so many different ways, and there's multiple ways you can take the stuff that he says. They could actually probably teach a course, Jam Baxter 101, and I would take that course. I really would. Anyway, go to jump right in, give it a listen, see what it's all about. You get a sense that this beat's just going to be bonkers.
This man has a secret he hides from his family. An overwhelming desire for the crumbly crispness, the subtle flavor of Simmer's rice biscuits.
Betty, darling, electricity costs money. But what's the use of having nice skin if nobody can see it?
His wife discovered Simmer's rice biscuits long ago. Have you? For the fresh, clear skin you were meant to have. Trust the purest toilet soap possible.
Yeah, urgent appeal from a drowsy drunk. For just £3 a month, you could provide me just enough water to find your savior and drown the grunt. Sale starts Monday. Stand out from the crowd with a mound of drunk. Our dedicated team of one-hand daily to sell your baby an ounce of punk.
Man, a couple of you cats told me this song is all about consumerism and advertising and all that kind of stuff from right off the very top, man. He's talking about just the amount of, just for a little bit of money each month, you can surround yourself with all this junk, all this stuff you really don't need. And that, I mean, that makes sense now. The fact that he's at the beginning where he was praying to the store window, and that's where a lot of people do, man. They pray at the altar of stuff, more stuff. Whenever you start feeling a little bit down and depressed, what do? You go buy more stuff. And that, I wonder if it certainly sounded that way. I wonder if that beginning where it's like, if that was actual audio from advertisements in the past, because that one line, like, what's the use of having good skin if nobody can see it, says a lot.
With a mound of drunk, our dedicated team of one-hand daily to sell your baby an ounce of punk. Coming soon to a city near you for just $14.99. This world of massive electrified cables can jumpstart your new life of crime. Smother your face in a brand new fragrance, bathe yourself in a fountain of payments.
Bathe yourself in the fountain of payments. God damn, he's cutting straight to the facts, man, right to the bone of this topic. Like I remember when my parents were younger, I mean, there wasn't such thing as credit cards, man. Like, if you wanted a couch, you saved that money up until you had enough to buy that couch, man. You didn't walk into a store and say, hey, I'll put this on credit and pay for it for 5 years or something, and by the time you're done paying for it, thing's a piece of shit. You throw it out and get a new one. Man, this is so awesome. Like, it's talking about washing your face with the new scent, and then bathing in pavements. So, again, just an absolute master in terms of his pen, unmatched.
Smother your face in a brand new fragrance, bathe yourself in a fountain of payments. This Easter, please bear a thought for my dwindling patience. Brand new for your cupboards, spoiled milk tailored for poor mothers. Research suggests our cream can make your life 95% more butters.
It's funny because it's one of those. it's one of those things that it's we've talked about it multiple times on this channel, but that circle that discontinues, it never stops. And that's another one of that spoiled milk meant basically for poor mothers. And I mean, there's a reason why you can walk into a McDonald's and buy an entire meal of just, you know, high fat, high sodium, low nutrition food for, you know, for $6. But if you want to buy a big ass salad and have something that's nutritious, you know, $15, and it's cheaper. The food that's bad for you is cheaper than the food that's good for you, and that's part of the problem, man. That's what he's saying there. The spoiled milk, but you're looking at spoiled different way in terms of it not being physically spoiled milk, but just the fact that it's bad, and it's aimed at the poor mothers who then could continue the cycle of their kids. I mean, that's why onset diabetes, adolescence is so big right now, man, because there's so much of this stuff that kids consume is so horrible for them, but there's so many people who can't afford the good stuff. That's all they have to give their children.
Poor mothers. Research suggests our cream can make your life 95% more butters. Have you been wasted for 4 summers? Surviving on cider and raw uppers? Yeah, call our store, our spiraling eyeballs come in all colours. Have you tried our incredible sputum? Shakily tested and chemically proven. Just moving the wrinkle in head of a human. Renders age a pathetic illusion.
Render age, they say a pathetic illusion. But I like what he's doing there too. Is like, we've all seen it. You watch the channels or the infomercials and all that kind of shit. And they always tell you that stuff. Like, this is 95% proven to do this, and 4 out of 5 doctors say this. And Christ, back in the old days, they used to have cigarette advertisements where doctors used to do advertisements for Camel, so you can Camel cigarettes. So the fact that they spewed out all this bullshit and add statistics, and automatically people believe it because it sounds informative. It sounds well, if 4 to 5 dentists approve of this toothpaste, then you know it was so freaking blinded by the fact that it's just nonsense coming towards us on print or on the TV screen.
Just moving the wrinkle in head of a human. Renders age a pathetic illusion. Gargle this light brown suit. Here at the Young Gals group, we're committed to providing a service to leave you blissfully blind. Lie down troops, lie down troops.
There you go, man. Provide the service to leave you blissfully blind.
Committed to providing a service to leave you blissfully blind. Lie down troops, lie down troops, lie down troops. Enlist now, be the best. Start a career in dealing death. Become a one-legged old bleeding mess. If you only call one number today, before your fingers crumble away, before these buildings rust and decay, and you're clutching a nostril encrusted in K.
Okay, I'm wondering, did he kind of switch gears on this here? Lie down troops, and talking about becoming like a mess, missing a leg and all that kind of stuff. Did he kind of switch gears there a little bit? And again, it's so difficult to know what's friggin' going through Jam's head, but they just kind of switch lanes and talk about the fact that we send the troops off to war, and many times it's because of oil or minerals or all that kind of shit in the ground that we need to get that we don't have, burning down rainforests and sending in armed troops to get rid of the natives, to get what we need, pharmaceuticals, all that kind of shit. Like, I wonder if that's what he's talking about. Like, lie down troops, lie down for our consumerism, our capitalism, all that kind of stuff. If that's where he's going with that line.
In a service to leave you blissfully blind. Lie down troops, lie down troops, lie down troops. Enlist now, be the best. Start a career in dealing death. Become a one-legged old bleeding mess.
Okay, so another way I can look at it too is the fact that they have commercials on, at least they do over here anyways, they have commercials asking you to join the Army as well, and the Air Force and the Marines. They make it seem so glorified and all that kind of stuff. So maybe he's gone that way as well. Or it could be both ways, I suppose. because he's good at that too, man. He's good at saying two things with one verse, or one bar. So that could be very much the thing too. Is like we're advertising soap and soup and all that kind of shit in this commercial, and the very next commercial is like, hey, we're done eating our soup and using our soap and buying our car. Why don't you come over, join the army, and go across and kill some people that don't look like you, and die for things that don't matter to you? It could be that too.
If you only call one number today, before your fingers crumble away, before these buildings rust and decay, and you're clutching a nostril encrusted in K, please make it ours. 2-for-1 deals on brains and jars. Count your coins, we proudly present our brand new extensive range of bras. Wake up, roll up, feast to rise. Join up now for a free surprise. This flick knife comes with a whole bag of drama, a getaway car and a free disguise. Our brand new formula greases the palms of your well-dressed torturer. Comes recommended by your top sadists. Gas at the thought of your unspoke faces. Sign up here, free £10 bet. Drain your accounts and consolidate all your remaining debt.
Now he's switched gears now again and gone to like the internet with the pop-up windows. You can't even watch the internet without having stuff popping up in your face. Free bets, and meanwhile they tell you it's not a gambling site, but it's free bets. It's consolidate your debt. Basically what he's saying, there's no way to escape it, is what I'm getting at, or what I think he's getting at. No matter where you turn your eyeballs, it's going to be there. And even then, turning your eyeballs, he brings up the fact too, is that they're brains in jars and all kinds of parts. Like, is that the next step where you can order new parts for your body? And they have all kinds of great parts. Just come check it out.
Drain your accounts and consolidate all your remaining debt.
If we call, just show us a large DAS packet, answer a simple question correctly, and you win £5. If you have two large or one giant size, you can win £10.
Is your date afraid of light? No, I am the disgustless thing. I'm always washing like you told me, but even my super new perfume soap hasn't helped.
Scotch Perkins by Simmons. Full of goodness, full of ginger and spice and all things nice.
Shit. How long had I been watching these? How long had I been staring at billboards, feeding my coins into slot machines? I never...
How long have I been watching these? Stand in the corner, putting coins in the slot machines. That's pretty much the question. Like, how long have... So even since we were kids, sit in front of television watching Saturday cartoons, like how long have we been hammered constantly everywhere? Like I said, everywhere your eyeballs go, you have advertising. I'm sure you guys have done it too. You go to a store and you stand in front of a certain product for a certain amount of time, deciding whether you want to, maybe I want to paint my living room this weekend. You go and you stand in the paint department for 20 minutes or half an hour looking at paint chips and shit, and all of a sudden you go on Facebook or whatever, and all your advertising is based on paint. Or you look at solar panels. You never Google that shit, but it always pops up on your phone. And that's the thing. Is like I've said, like it's not too far to think that I got to tell you a quick story. So I went for a walk before I moved, and the one route I would take me past a liquor store. And I was listening to a podcast on YouTube, and I just happened to take it out to go to a new podcast. And the advertisement that was on my phone at that moment was telling me something that was available at the liquor store that I was walking past. Man, those days aren't too far. I wouldn't put it past them, man. That you're walking through the mall and you're friggin' in your headphones, you hear, "Hey Joe, they have your, pants in your size at this store. They're on sale for 15% off." Like, those days are coming, man. You just, all your decisions, shopping decisions are made for you without even you realizing it. And we've been hammered constantly since we were kids.
By Simmons. Full of goodness, full of ginger and spice and all things nice.
Shit. How long had I been watching these? How long had I been staring at billboards, feeding my coins into slot machines?
and I want to touch base a little bit on that, on the slot machines part. Is he kind of talking about like gambling on a product? I wonder if that's what he means. Like we just keep feeding money and hoping that this time, this product that we're spending money on is going to fulfill our needs. It's going to be what we wanted, what we needed. I wonder if that's what he's meaning by that. Not too sure.
I never clocked it was possible to puke for 20 months straight. You should have told me, I stuffed out my rollie. Something in the air made the room seem moldy. Stare out coldly, belt mad brethren, paid him a visit. The rain seemed strangely acidic. I'm not sure why the burning sensation was vaguely idyllic. By the time I sank my last bevy.
I like that. To me, it's almost like the reason why the acid rain felt nice, because it actually caused him to feel something. I wonder if that's where he's going with that line. Or the fact that it just happened to be everything that was happening around him, the fact that it was burning on his skin just seemed like it kind of fitting to the fact of all the other shit like he's talking about is going on around us, that the acid rain actually, the money that we've spent to buy the things that we are told that we need are causing the world to bleed acid rain, so to speak, and it burns your skin, so it kind of feels fitting. This dude, man.
I'm not sure why the burning sensation was vaguely idyllic. By the time I sank my last bevy, my jingling wallet felt so darn heavy. By the time I reached the end of my street, I'd somehow squandered every last penny. Every last penny. Every last penny. Every last penny. Dog food, dishcloth, mouthwash, penny. Every trace of the Queen's face.
Oh my goodness. He had a heavy wallet, but by the time he got home, he spent every last penny of it. And then he names like dog food, dish soap, or whatever it was that he said, Henny. Like basically what he's saying is just a bunch of stuff, not necessarily anything in particular, just stuff. Just buying stuff all the time.
Every last penny. Every last penny. Every last penny. Dog food, dishcloth, mouthwash, penny. Every trace of the Queen's face ripped into one cascade of confetti. I got yard, sat down, sank deep in my seat and switched on the telly.
And here's another exciting thing to look out for.
After all of that, coming home with all that stuff, spent on his last penny, he sits in front of the telly, or he sits down and turns on the telly. This guy's a damn genius, man.
The telly.
And here's another exciting thing to look out for. Our squires are already putting this leaflet through almost every door. It gives you an extra chance of winning the same big prizes.
Get fairy snow or extra white clothes. Fairy snow horses grey out, horses white in.
Don't miss this great chance to win big prizes. And remember, that's what is so white you can see the
It's
difference.
extra creamy, and to pamper the palate, pour carnation over the pudding too. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's delicious.
It's a little bit like Hunter S. Thompson there. Man, this track is so cool, and Chemo did a great job on the beat.
Orange cream to me.
Man, another great friggin' Jam Baxter track. I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff on that, man, but I gotta tell you, what a great way of conveying that message, and to end it the way he did, man. Like after everything he said, everything he pointed out, every piece of nugget he wanted us to see and understand, and then he sits down in front of the telly and basically fills his head with basically all the stuff that he was raging against during the song, during the video, with his pockets empty and a bunch of stuff he doesn't need. Man, what a great freaking track. The video was really cool too. Now this is like the second video in a row now that I've done where obviously he's not in the UK. I'm not sure where he is. I guess I could probably Google it. I don't know if I would find it, but if anyone knows like where he moved to, I'd be interested to know. or I don't even know if he even moved there. It could just be him having video footage left over from a trip or something. Maybe he does live in the UK, I'm not sure. But anyways, man, thanks for recommending this track. It was great. There's a whole bunch of Jam Baxter tracks that have been recommended. I have the Stump is on there. Incoming is on there. Vomit is Tabula. Brains is another one. There's a whole bunch of them, man. I gotta get to, and I will get to them. But for now, I think I probably have to do the new Flip Tricks track tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be good to each other.